180 years, Spanish Town Square was the home of the British colonial seat of government, the Parish Council and House of Assembly, the island's archives, the Supreme Court, and the first King's House, residence of many colonial governors. In 1838, the proclamation of the abolition of slavery was read from the steps of the old King's House. King's House is also linked with a number of secret underground passages that many now say existed for drainage purposes. One story holds that a passage connected King's House to the Assembly and another connected it with a river. On the west side of Parade Square is the Portico Georgian red brick facade of the ruins of the old King's House, a once grandiose building erected in 1762 as the official residence of Jamaica's governors. The building was destroyed by fire in 1925, leaving only the restored facade. Today, the stables to the rear house the People's Museum of Craft and Technology, formerly known as the Folk Museum, a reconstructed smith's shop and an electric array of artifacts, from Indian corn grinders to coffee-making machinery, provide an entry point to early Jamaican culture. A model shows how old King's House once looked. We took a tour of the museum. Check it out. Good morning.
And welcome to the People's Museum of Craft and Technology.
Thank you.
Step inside, please. It's your first time here?
Yes, it definitely is.
Okay, and I know it won't be your last.
It definitely won't be.
Okay, what we do here, we have on exhibition things that our African foreparents would have used after slavery up to about the mid-1940s, 1950s. Okay. Right? The museum, however, started out in 1961 as the Jamaica Folk Museum.
Right.
In 1997, the name was changed to what it is now, the People's Museum of Craft and Technology. So as we go through, I'm just going to be showing you a few stuff that our foreparents would have used for craft and the technology that made their work a bit easier. Now this is a picture of Sligoville, 1834. Oh. Right? It was actually established as a free village before 1838 because you had some free blacks who were able to buy their freedom. And so they worked along with Marcel Filippo because he Christianized them. They accepted Christ through him and they were able to purchase homes in these areas. One of the artifacts we have over here, which is called a dripstone water filter.
The?
Dripstone water filter. Yeah. Water filter. Or limestone water filter as most call it.
Sounds fascinating.
Now, because they never had the privilege of piped water, most water that they had to drink was taken from the river or maybe a nearby stream. It was brought home, poured into the rock, and then the rock would purify the water would soak through the rock and drip into the cooling jar.
So how long exactly did that take?
Let me start by saying it was a continuous process. If you poured the water in on Monday, I guarantee that by Tuesday evening, you would start having water dripping through the limestone filter.
Okay.
It had to
you better know when you're going to be thirsty.
This is a mixing bowl.
Of course.
So you put your ingredients in. Of course, this is the rolling pin. So you place your ingredients in and you use your swizzle stick like this.
Okay.
So this is how they would mix all that ingredients together.
Before the electric mixer.
Yes.
Amazing. What's this torture device over here?
Okay, this is called an orange rinder.
Oh, okay.
They use this to extract the rind from the orange skin to make spice or perfume or for medicine. How it is used, the whole orange was placed on this and they would rub it. And it softens the skin, allowing the oil to run out.
Wow, that's amazing stuff. Amazing. So it has a funnel that goes under?
No,
okay.
the oil would run down and the catchment would have a catchment that collects the oil.
Yes. Okay.
On this side we have things that people use for recreation like the maypole, the gig, the kite.
Oh, the gig, I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah. And we also have other stuff that children would play with. Let me just show you just one in particular. Now I know you may have grown up with the Barbie doll. This was the corn stick Barbie.
They don't make them like this anymore.
No, they don't.
This blows my mind. The corn stick Barbie. I like it.
How well do you know the folk songs?
Test me now.
All right.
Feel I'm gonna regret this, but sure, go
All
ahead.
right, let's sing. 2, 3. Healing in the barnyard. Hallelujah. You're not singing.
Yeah, man. I come just.
All
Yeah.
right, let me give you an easy one because I don't think you're going to catch on to that one.
I don't think so either.
Let's try this one. This is a very famous one. Most children know this one, not calling a child, but most children know this one. Elina animuma go a grung. Elina start ball for your belly. Me not singing.
Because I don't remember the word.
Okay, but the section you were doing though is a very, very important part of the song. That
yeah.
bass.
Yes.
Now, all of these songs that I just tried to sing came out of the barnyard setting, right? We're standing at our representation of a barnyard. The barnyard is a type of church,
Okay.
with its origin coming out of Africa. Now, this was what most of our foreparents resorted to after slavery. Being that the white man was the one that brought them into the system of slavery, and then came back with Christianity. Most of them did not accept Christianity, so they resorted to what was taught to them by their foreparents coming all the way down. This area we call the blacksmith's forge. Now, the blacksmith was a very important tradesman coming out of slavery, because mostly everybody had to come to the blacksmith to get some work done. The farmer had to come to him, the military had to come to him, the plantation owners. Why they had to come to him? Anything at all that was to be made from iron was made by the blacksmith. This is his bellows. Now, he uses this to blaze the fire. So how it works?
Okay. Go ahead.
Now, if he's at the anvil and he's doing some work here, and he notices that the fire is going down, he wouldn't have to stop to fan it or to blaze it. He would just do like this.
Okay.
So the air would filter through. There's a pipe under the coal, and the air would filter through. So it supplies the oxygen and just blaze the fire. Finally, we're at section 4 of our museum, and section 4 deals with the architecture. Now, earlier I showed you what the wattle and daub wall looks like on picture. Right. I'm now going to give you an opportunity to actually touch the wattle and daub wall.
Oh.
And if you look behind you, this is showing you what the wattle. This was before the daub was placed on it.
And I may go through.
Sure.
Okay.
So this is what they call the wattle sticks, right? And then the daub was a mixture of mud and animal dung.
Nice.
Yeah. And this is the finished product.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the finished product.
And it didn't smell?
No.
Mud and animal dung?
And then when it's dried, the people of the time used the white lime, that same whitewash we use today for the trees and the curb wall. That was their paint. Now, this is another type of sugarcane grinder that they had on the plantation.
Okay.
But a grinder like this was operated by a mule or a donkey. Now, this one had handles that would attach the animals to. The sugarcane pieces were then placed in here, right? And as the animal go around, it would crush the sugarcane and the juice would come on the catchment here into the coppers. This machine is called a pimento fanner. And this one is used to separate the pimento berries from the trash. Everything is emptied at the top. And one of the things you're going to notice about all these machines is that they're manually operated, right? So they come around here. So when they empty the pimento berries at the top, somebody will be turning the handle at the side there. Everything comes down here, goes down into the catchment. At the end of the day, all they had to contend with was just the berries, because all the trash and everything would be fanned out.